Another topic that I touched was my life as a sugar babe, and basically this topic was inspired by this whole conversation around sponsors and slay queens. So it was very important just to talk to people who perhaps are living life on this particular lane. And remember that on the show, I try my best not to judge any of my guests, just to understand where is it that they're coming from, how did they end up making the choices that they did to find themselves in those situations, and hoping that from their experiences, we're able to teach other people to perhaps make better choices. So I had with me on the show individuals who are able to share that they were in a relationship which was a sugar baby, sugar mommy, or sugar baby, sugar daddy relationship. Take a look.
When you are a youth and you find an opportunity, you won't let that opportunity go.
So yani ukiona tu kuna namna unapenya.
Yeah.
Your current bae, is she married?
Oh, she's single.
She's single.
But with me.
With you.
Right, so sponsors. When I talk about sponsore, in the streets, you know, in television we like sponsors, but those are the good types of sponsors because they keep the shows on
keep the show running, eh?
But these other type of sponsors, and it's sad because I feel that now more than ever, I mean, I think just the other day there was something trending on social media about campus girls who were busted in what would be considered a brothel, and they seemed to have been there willingly, and they were actually, and also one of the social media bigwigs did something. I think this was Christian Della. He did something where he did an expose, and you're looking at beautiful young girls whose parents think they're in campus, but what these girls are doing, literally, is selling their bodies just to earn a quick buck, because you want to drive. You want to have the latest human hair wigs. You want to wear the latest clothes. So because of that, you're going to put yourself out there in a way that could come with a lot of serious dangers, not just from a health point of view, because we live in a disease-filled world, but also emotionally.
It's true. And that's the unfortunate thing. And it's the allure of money plus peer pressure plus lack of identity. When you don't have an identity, you don't know how to say no. You go for anything, and whatever option somebody brings you, like, bring it on the table. And so, yes, you might be looking like you're living it on the outside, but once you close that door, you're wondering, you're waking up to a face that you don't even see in your future. You're waking up to, you're being beaten up because these sponsors are looking for damsel in distresses, and they're also looking for dudes in distress. That person who's looking for a hero to come and save them. And once they're being saved, now they praise this sponsor. Once they praise sponsor, this sponsor knows, like, now I have you on my at my fingertips. You know, whatever it is that I want, I can get you. In fact, some of them, they even give you money, and then they tell you, I own you. When I want you, I have you.
Which is what, that's the deal.
Yes, that's the deal.
The contract.
Yes, that's the contract. So you are tied to this thing because of that. And once you realize that you're being part of the equation that is a mess, you're being part of the equation. And you need to take yourself out of that equation, because that mess will complicate your life over time. So I want to tell people this. And I love your show because the show is like, helps us to look at ourselves. It's like a mirror where you're looking at yourself and you're like, you know what, I need to address this thing. And as a counselor, one of the things I also realized that we're all on a journey towards growth. And once you desire growth for yourself, you'll be like, you know what I have been doing, this habit I've been living in, is it helpful for me? Not for the friends who give me a high five because I'm carrying the latest phone or I'm driving the latest car. For me, from what it is that I desire and the person that I want to be. And I also challenge people this. Look at yourself in the grave. One day your face is going to appear on the obituary. What do you want us to say about you? Because you have to leave a legacy in this world. What legacy are you going to leave? That you slept around with so many people and then you bought a phone? What kind of a legacy is that? What is your contribution to the society? So ask yourself that. One day you will die. Utatuachia nini? Just your game in bed.
The wig you leave behind.
You will leave behind.
So
what's your legacy?
Wig,
when your name gets mentioned, what would be like, wow, I remember Monica. Monica, we
Monica
love you
used to
wherever
have
you
beautiful
are.
wigs.
Yes, I remember Kevo. How will we remember you? And to the young people, please, some of you are hanging around the young people who are lost. And when you hang around lost people, they will dig you deeper into the hole.
Show me your friends, I will show you your future.
Exactly.
And I don't know, I kind of feel like also to some extent, we live in a world, and this is not just traditional media, because now there are other forms of media.
Exactly.
I kind of feel like, and I say this with sadness, for the younger girls, we live in a world whereby, unfortunately, the grotesque, the vulgar, the loud is what gets promoted. So you're seeing even who the icons are sometimes. The louder you are, the more outlandish you are, you know, the more you go against what is considered morally right. That is literally the more popular you become. So then you have a generation that's growing up, and what is being held up to them as icons are people who don't necessarily prescribe to these values.
Exactly.
Because you have icons who, they are living the life, they are traveling to all these countries, the vacation, and usually we joke about it as peers that, uko pale unaslay lakini sponsor ndo anapiga picha lakini sponsor haonekani. And I kind of feel like there's also another side to this story. And for young girls especially, because we live in a world whereby men will always prey on women. Because for a man, he sees something attractive, his instinct will be, I want that. But sometimes attention is not affection.
I'll pick from what Diane said. It's more of the identity. What is your identity formed around? Because what you're describing is an identity issue. I am not sure who I am, so I want to be who I am not, which eventually doesn't make you who you're not. Because even if you're living in a mansion in Paris, it's not yours. So it still doesn't form who you are from the inside. So who gives us identity? Again, I will go back to what as parents are we giving to the children? And this one is a challenge for every parent that is raising children. Because especially when a girl goes for a man who is many years older, who is almost a father figure, what they are looking for is the void within that they miss of a father. And they are finding it in this person. And this person becomes their savior, as you put it, Diane. And this girl who has been given a lot of assurance by the dad, for example, let me talk of the girls because that's what you picked on, Tamima. This girl who has been given a lot of assurance by the dad has shown her your worth, with or without money. And you can go wherever you want to go. Because money, for sure, we can all make.
Money comes, money goes.
Oh, yes.
it does.
And we have the potential and the capacity.
Absolutely.
To create wealth.
Yes, by ourselves without going out there. So most of the time we go for those inner needs, the feeling of being, you know, that little girl, that you're okay, you're beautiful. That is what a father needs to tell a daughter, not a sponsor. But because the father was not there, was absent, was abusive, never was there for the daughter, and the daughter doesn't know what they're about. So any man who comes, they go for this one first before the money, and then money, of course, becomes a top-up. So, because we can't explain to the society why we are having sponsors, for example, we will use what society likes, the money part, the wig, because what is in a wig, surely? It does not make any sense putting it as a wig. This is what I'm going for. But it's really those unmet needs.
So when you stand for nothing, you will fall for everything.
Yes.
So know who you are, have your value system in place,